Map number 2 underway here, ladies and gentlemen. 9 Pandas taking their opponent's pick 13-3. Very quick indeed. They are looking to clean this one up and get themselves in a really, really good spot over the next couple of days to find a LAN angle. Very much looking forward to seeing what they've got for us, Trav.
Indeed. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how the bracket pans out, of course, because you've got some quality teams involved here. You know, the likes of Koi, the likes of Fours, the likes of 9 Pandas. One of these you'd think would be the favourites for a trip to Melbourne. As I said to you before the day got underway, it kind of feels like a really nice, solid part of the year now, where a trip to Australia is very well taken and very much looking forward to by all the teams in the scene who get a chance to go to one of the most enjoyed ESL Challengers. Unfortunate first pick there onto a magnojez. That's he was caught in between two angles there. Obviously was unsure about short. Fell back toward the back of Con, thinking he was positioning himself well, but 9 Pandas had a lurk toward the ladder. So they're going to turn around and go toward Keegan.
See what he can find around the corner here. Going to spot, whoa, a couple of heads. That is a fair flick from him. Going to fail on the next few questions. Oh, and it's his teammates. Actually, Keegan is still alive. The last one to fall. Yeah, it was his teammates that couldn't really help him out in on the site itself. And he just couldn't find a way around. So 9 Pandas, they will come away with number 1.
Form staying intact. Going to be the full eco for Spirit Academy with the USPs. So we can update you quickly on how the bracket, of course, has been going down elsewhere. In that tough-to-win lower bracket match I mentioned, Xanida, who we saw do really well against Movistar Koi on this stream earlier, have taken the first map against Aurora. So, yeah, I mean, I mentioned Aurora are very beatable right now. I think they're playing with Belchanok. Not necessarily sure he's a permanent addition to this roster, but a team with Kenzie, Norvi, and Deco on it, you'd think would be a great core to do great work at this level, but it's been struggling of late. Xanida a map up in that one to eliminate Aurora. Fours, as we said, of course, playing against Koi in the other upper bracket semi. Koi did take map 1, 13-8. One gun is recovered there by Baz, but it's only the Mac 10. And of course, in this one, 9 Pandas versus Spirit Academy. Winner of this one plays with the winner of Koi or Fours. So it's, as I said, it's you'd expect the two teams that are on good form that have recently made the major will be the hardest to beat in this qualifier. And so far, it might be proving to be the case.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Looking pretty good. Picking up where they left off. Not too much to consider here, but looking pretty clean. But it's just a question of how these next few rounds go down. You know, T side of Overpass, really, really difficult at the moment. And it can result in some pretty straining Counter-Strike, actually. Really has slowed down on the T side of things. It's kind of an answer to all that CT aggression pioneered by the old heroic lineup. Rest in peace. All the same, glowiing going to eat some damage early on here, as they are indeed just going for that wide default. Oh, a lot of noise being made, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's
really
weird
slow
at this stage. But what information can you really glean? I mean, it's all over the map, kind of. Long bathroom taken. Mid taken. Can be, of course, very slow, these T sides on Overpass, because it takes a while to build up that control of front bathroom. That's why a lot of pros and some people in the scene are starting to dislike Overpass a little bit. I'm still pretty indifferent. I quite like it being in the pool. Keegan on the site with the AWP. Let's see if he can make something happen here.
It is entirely possible. Ooh, distracted away. It's the long player for me that's going to be dangerous. Yeah, he lands a tag. Unfortunately, no frag. Oh, my goodness. And they have been absolutely melted. We'll see. Baz holding in towards Bank. Does manage to clean up iDISBALANCE, but takes too much damage in the process, doesn't he? You know, they have no utility at all. There's no way you can go for this, unfortunately. You know, as much as you want to, as much energy you may have to prove yourself and answer back after a 13-3, there's just nothing you can do.
I feel like that sort of setup for Spirit Academy as well, when they're on the site like that, just sitting, waiting to be executed upon. Sadly, as Notaneki tries to fight for his life to keep his M4 up, it was pretty obvious that 9Pandas were going to win that round, to be honest. Like, it's a strange one, because you think, okay, they're holding reasonable angles, is there really much of a problem here? But they're playing off hoping their individual step up, rather than playing nice crossfires. And I don't think you can play to hope in CS. 9Pandas took the initiative, and when you take the initiative, usually you're the ones that come out on top.
Alrighty. Timeout coming in quite early here. I think makes a lot of sense. They were quite liberal with their timeouts on the previous map. Didn't quite work for them, but I think they're really just trying to find the formula, you know, to just consistently get 3 or 4 rounds in a row, prove to themselves that they can do it. It's sort of a learning experience, I think, for the Spirit Academy boys, and it's nice for them as well, I think, to be remaining in the top side. They were maybe expecting to be a little bit down on the lower side already. Yeah. So try and learn as much as they possibly can. You know, 9Pandas, obviously a team to watch at the moment. Kings are tier 2, 22 in the world. Could even argue that, you know, you're moving out of tier 2 at that kind of a ranking. So yeah, really, really curious to see here.
Working their way up. Of course, maybe 9Pandas would be a sort of team, right? That rather getting invited to the closed qualifier, if this qualifier was post-major, then they'd maybe up themselves in the rankings a little bit more to like an 18 or something like that. Maybe they'd be invited to the main event instead, right? Just purely off of ESL ranking. So, yeah, really interesting how these teams like Movistar Koi, like 9Pandas, can progress. Nice shot, iDISBALANCE. magnojez taken down unceremoniously. Orp headshot. Timing shot trying to be hit there by Keegan. He tries to at least slow down his crosshair and aim for the head when he has the opportunity. He's blinded up, but it's not going to work out for him. Notaneki only gets one. Nice shot, Alpha. Almost switches around for a second, but not to beat. And Baz probably needs to buzz off.
Indeed. But unfortunately, I think they might be coming towards him, mate. So he's going to have to put up some kind of a defense here. On the Deagle. It's a lovely looking Deagle. Let's see if he can make it work. Oh, spots out the first. Can't land a heady there. Going to go creeping round. There is a missed Orp shot. Clean on the first. Ah, he didn't really have enough ammo to keep fighting seized. It had to be a headshot. Costly in the end. It is costly in the end for 9Pandas.
Yeah, that is the thin silver lining for Spirit Academy, for sure. And Caesars had a great start, though, to this map, alongside Clax. It's funny, isn't it? It was iDISBALANCE and Glowing on map 1, like quite far at one point. And now it's Caesars and Clax. They all have the ability.
Early opening utility here makes a lot of sense. Minute 35 left on the clock. Time is indeed going to tell on this one. 9Pandas absolutely in prime position to just run away with the half, man. And we're only a few rounds in. Not much presenting at this point, to be honest. A really kind of slow and quiet round from both sides. A lot of utility expended, but no kills. Oh, and a tiny bit of damage. magnojez got to be careful on the repeat there. He knows it. And he saw those extended arms of the AWP model. Egan. Nice pickup from him. Looking for a little bit more, but nothing quite presenting. Still, a man advantage for Spirit Academy could be workable.
Taneki behind the smoke. We'll deploy that, of course, to block off the little gap between pillar and sandbags. Some space to work with, but of course 9Pandas know he's there, and that's the biggest problem. Notaneki steps up nicely, and all the kills will go Spirit Academy's way on the other portions of the map. Notaneki gets the last. And finally they're off the mark.
Alrighty, good to see that they have indeed finally hit it. Just a question of whether they can keep it going here, I suppose. That is the big thing that obviously plagued them on that first map. The odd nice round here or there, but yeah, that's not going to do them any good, really. 9Pandas will be looking to answer back pretty quickly. Again, something they were very good at on Mirage themselves, so I'm curious to see what the adjustments are going to be from both sides.
Really not great for 9Pandas either. 3 players with nothing in reserve at all. So Spirit Academy could make something happen here if they find this round. Chance to build into it. Little boost here. What are you looking for? The jump spot on long? Maybe a position on the little ledge there that you can jump onto if you're the AWPer. Perhaps checking long range, but obviously nothing seen yet. Nice little idea. Keegan just falls back as maybe iDISBALANCE was creeping forward.
Yeah, we'll see. iDISBALANCE. Oh, blinded up. Dilladez as well. Also blind. Lovely little touchdown play there from the Spirit Academy boys. iDISBALANCE trying to trade things back, but does not happen for him. 5v4, 30 seconds left. Getting a bit tense, and again, a quick spin towards B.
Yeah, it was nice to see. I mentioned, like, not just an individual play there by Spirit Academy, it was the flash play to work out for their AWP pick. And they play off each other from water as well. Notaneki will go down, but Baz gets that trade. Damage done to Seized and Glowing, and that might be too much for them at this stage. Clack seems to be the main man here on 90 health, and he gets himself one somehow. Glowing's managed to get the bomb planted in that smoke on the site too. Spots Keegan in heaven. Now then, Baz full health. Where is he repositioned to? That's what Glowing is looking for. Baz timing on the edge of the pillar. Oh, it's going either way. This is ridiculous. Ring around the rosy. And somehow Glowing's got back into water. Baz must be so confused where on earth he is. And Glowing catches him off. Wow, great clutch from Glowing. And that's just genuinely unfortunate for Baz. As they say, ships in the night.
Yeah, it definitely does happen. You know, it's a little bit of a wacky one. For sure, but, you know, you just think that there's going to be a drop at some point. And, yeah, just so confusing for Baz, I would imagine. Timeout here from 9Pandas. Hopefully they can make it work. It's all good at this point. But, yeah, really, really big response from 9Pandas there.
Quick tactical timeout for 9Pandas. It's nice to do it on a round like that, of course, as well, after it's a success. Make Spirit Academy think about it a little bit more. So unfortunate for Baz. The longer that went on, the more it hurt. Water control for 9Pandas here. Always say that it's one of the basics of Overpass. Getting short water control gives you so many options. Oh, and Baz dropping utility on the floor, not going to work out, and that's when 9Pandas crunch, and Glowing crunches 3 of them. Another unfortunate timing for Baz. It's not going his way the last couple of rounds.
He's had a tough show. He's had a tough show, unfortunately. But indeed. It's the way that it goes sometimes. I think the game, the series for Spirit Academy has worked against them. 9Pandas just on another level at the moment, but also look to be kind of the kryptonite for this team. Spirit are really struggling regardless of where they're at. You know, they had a T-side start last game. Now they've got a CT side start, and this is the most CT sided map in the pool right now. So, yeah, if they're struggling here, then I don't know what we can do to help them, really.
Yeah, probably the most CT-sided map in the pool right now, without a doubt. Nuke still feels more even than it's ever been. Anubis, of course, very T. Raj is usually pretty 50-50. If there's anywhere they could put a streak together, it's here, but it's not happened for them. The quality difference is showing up. They should be proud for their win against Havu, at least. Of course, in the opening round. That was a great one for them. This one is going south pretty quickly, and 9Pandas are very much heading towards that upper bracket final. Of course, only one spot in ESL Challenger Melbourne.
A little bit of a dink there on iDISBALANCE, I believe, through some spam. He'll be a little bit annoyed. Keegan left incredibly low inside the smoke, but stays alive. We'll see here. Ooh, very close to each other here. The top end of the toilets. magnojez is watching for this, isn't he? You can see the shadow there, but that's only because I know that he's there. The flash is, of course, perfect. And that will net the frag.
And even though 9Pandas will decide to switch straight away to go to B, there are plenty of players here to contend. C's managed to get toward jail in Monster, and Notaneki probably would have felt like he was the favourite for that kill, but Glowing hits a crazy headshot. Alpha at least trades it, and there are still a couple of players on the site to worry about. Rotation has been significant. How do 9Pandas pick their way through this defense? Seized creeping forward. One player in front of him. Oh no, that's a whiffy one from Seized. And Clax and iDISBALANCE now left in a tough situation. With 10 seconds to go, they're going to be saving.
Yeah, makes sense. Spirit Academy getting back in. So still a pretty hefty scoreline from the 9Pandas, but Spirit Academy are able to put the rounds up. Looking good in that sense, keeping things competitive here. Just a case of continuing the run back now. There is money for 9Pandas. It's pretty slim, however, so this could get very difficult. Pretty important round for Spirit Academy in particular to swing things back in their favor, break the bank, close that gap, all the terminologies. So let's see whether they are able to pull it off.
Jump spotting short. We'll see Clax at least show something, but Clax will back away from it straight away. Thing is, even though he has sort of faked taking short, knowing that he's been seen, Baz was in a position where we've seen him advance further, so I think they know what's going on, whatever the case. magnojez will take Clax. It's down to Notaneki on the site. He and Baz will combine. There's a little bit of resistance coming in here for Spirit Academy. Glowing will go down. Sees an iDISBALANCE trying to fight for their life towards short. Well, iDISBALANCE does get that kill relatively cleanly. It's still a 2 versus 4. A little late round boost here could work out nicely, but decide against it at the last second. They're getting boosted upon themselves. Need to be careful, and Sees takes it. Okay. Chance now.
It definitely is there. We'll see. Nice pickup from Keegan, unfortunately, for the Nine Pandas. I think their hope goes with it. 30 seconds and a bomb drop. iDISBALANCE really does not have the positioning to go for this without making a lot of noise, being seen, etc. So he's just going to hand it over and save his AK. Getting a lot of mileage out of this one. Either way, Spirit. First time in the series, I'm pretty sure, will string two together.
I believe you're spot on with that. Paul, of course, in Monster, iDISBALANCE will keep his AK again. Only $400 in the bank, and of course the loss bonus for the other 4 on 9 Pandas is only at that second stage. So 2k per player with an AK. There's a little bit of a hope here for Spirit Academy. They could at least get 4 or 5 out of this.
Yeah, we'll see. Could certainly be the case here. I'm definitely quietly, hopefully curious about how it's going to go.
Do you think they were thinking about fully forcing around the AK there?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, right? It is definitely a difficult call, but they probably wanted to with the way that their rounds are at, with the way they have a lead, but I don't know, it's a little bit of a challenge, really.
Yeah, they probably already feel like they have enough with 6 on T, right? Knowing what their CT side has looked like in recent times, so we'll see. iDISBALANCE has got that AK, but there's a lot of noise made, and there they go. So we'll switch to that AK2, can come through for magnojez. Keegan will deal with Clack. Stiladez is more dead than a dead thing. And now he is a dead thing. Seized 1 versus 5 with a P250. Not in this lifetime. There is 4. Now the bike can come back in. iDISBALANCE, of course. The only problem with him having that AK in the previous round and saving it meant he only had $400 in the bank with this round's loss bonus. So he only has the deagle for the gun round. Always awkward when you have to save on T side. So there is a bit of a handicap for 9 Pandas in this round.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, man. A bit of a scary one here. For the side of 9 Pandas, their lead is indeed slipping, and I think that they'll be kicking themselves if they let this come to 6-6. Minute and a half left on the clock here as they move very slowly up connector. Keegan is the first line of defense, not really expecting a play like this, and I mean, why would he contacting up this far? He takes a cheeky peek and makes it work for 1.5. Hopefully that's enough information for the rest of the team to work with, and 9 Pandas picking up the pace.
I like the fact they're picking up the pace. I think they thought maybe Spirit Academy, they were coming in straight away there, but Alpha gets that kill, manages to fall back, and in the midst of that frag coming through, they had spread out a bit, 9 Pandas, gone back to look for flank kills, but none were showing. Double long, Clax has been spotted out by magnojez. I think he might have done, but Clax gets away with it on full health too, and he leaps in and takes Alpha as well. Ouch, that should not be happening. Baz now on the site has a job to do. Seen him on B for most of this game. Notineki's found one with the nade. Can Baz find another? He cannot. It's down to Clax, 1v1. He's had an insane round so far, but Notineki has that health advantage. But now it's spooky. 19 HP, no health advantage anymore. Clax having the upper angle, and somehow, don't ask me how, a quad kill from Clax has brought 9 Pandas to 7.
Unbelievable stuff. 9 Pandas again, just showing the level that they are able to achieve. Really, really solid. As they will continue the lead, continue the trend of just having these very, very unlikely rounds go their way. And yeah, I think that Spirit Academy will be a bit disappointed in that one. It was their chance to close the gap. They may have fumbled it.
Yep. Nade through. Okay, there's more to Clax than perhaps I expected that. Last round of this half coming in. Spirit Academy. I said 5 is a possibility. It's one that I think they probably need. And look at this. A little jump spot boost up there. Sometimes you see players with MP9s boosted up there and they're happy to take the jumping shots because the MP9's so accurate mid-air. That was just a little check peek. 3 long for 9 Pandas, looking to try and push Spirit Academy back, but the A-site defense is strong.
Yeah, it has been for a good few rounds now. Seized, however, is ahead of the smoke. Oh, he could have caught one off. Didn't quite know how good he had it. The rest of the boys, though, will work their way in behind him. Trade is there. If Alpha had held the mouse one, he might have found even more. Baz has been heard, but the flames make it difficult to take him down. And a bail on the bomb plant from Diladez will pay off. Solidly found. Meanwhile, in from behind, Notineki gets the best timing to drop that bomb. Second time of asking. Glowiing going to commit to the plant because he has to. Only 7 seconds once he starts putting those digits in. Not quite sure where he is. Gets the info that he is indeed towards short, but somehow loses the fight. The instinctive, automatic crouch spray costs them the final round of this first half. And a fair comeback, a fair run of rounds, as you can see at the end there from Spirit Academy. They will indeed bring it as close as they possibly can. 7-5. Is it enough? We'll find out after the break.
Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time? Even though I'm with somebody new every night. And I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way. Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time? Even though I'm with somebody new every night. And I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way. I don't know what you're thinking, but my mind is full of fear. Cause I felt this world without you, I feel safer when you're here. It's been a couple months now, feels like time's been moving slow. And I can't tell where my head's at, so can you let me know? Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time? Even though I'm with somebody new every night. And I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way. Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time? Even though I'm with somebody new every night. And I pray,
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second half here. 9 Pandas with a bit of a drop-off towards the tail end of a Loud Spirit Academy to close things down. Will it be enough? Can they take the pistol here is, of course, our immediate question.
Yes, sir. glowiing has had a pretty slow start to that first half. I think he was 0-9 at one point. But firstly, it's glowiing to have a lot on his plate. He managed to fall back to the side. Actually spots the bomb there, so that's some intel. But of course, they can dive down the connector very, very quickly. That flash and that shot by magnojez could maybe sell more of a fake than it would have otherwise. We are straight down toward B. Klax is worried about Monster, sees nothing. Now he has to try and peek to help out. It's a massive lineup, and that is some tasty dual Beretta action. Keegan will trade him. And there's more taps coming through. Sees, deals with Notaneki, and finds Keegan. And there's glowiing with one of his own. The rotation was thick and fast there.
Yeah, they were very ready for that hit to come around. And again, they look very good in the pistols themselves. So keeping that trend coming, denying the bomb plant away as well is a really, really big deal. So Spirit Academy will have to stomach the round here. Early rifle buys can be nice, but it's going to be tough. Puts a lot of pressure on that rifle buy. You know, 9 Pandas could find themselves in double digits real quick.
See ya. Unlucky seized. We go again next round, brother. All good. Always a chance at a second there for magnojez. But glowiing ends him. And iDISBALANCE has a little bit of a chance now from long bathroom. It's a bit messy, but he gets his 2.
Yeah, we can make that work. Keegan on the MP9 here. Could make some cash. glowiing with a sneaky off. I think in an anti-eco round like this can actually be quite nice. Yeah, they're just not expecting him at all. And he knows, right? Low buy. Very unlikely they're going to have utility or, you know, the long lurk smoke, which is pretty common. So it's a nice angle in the context of that round.
Pandas edging closer to the finish line in a match in the upper final tomorrow, of course, against either Movistar Koi or Fours. Movistar Koi have taken map 1, like I said earlier, but Fours are 6-3 up in map 2. That one could have some legs to it. This one, maybe not as much. Let's see how Spirit Academy's T-side start looks.
A little slow at the moment, bit tit for tat in places, but ultimately nothing coming off. Nade damage to Notaneki. No kills as yet, minute 15 on this clock here. Early utility out is less than interesting right now, not really resulting in too much action. glowiing goes in for it. I think there was a flash, but it was completely ineffective. 5v4 in favor of Spirit Academy.
Yeah, and with short control, they can make this difficult for 9 Pandas. Bomb will be picked up by Keegan. It will be taken back toward Monster. He has to be wary, of course, of this Monster play, though. Very common to walk toward the smoke and wait for the fade and burst their way through. It works beautifully well. That's the way to recover a pick, and somehow Seeds is hopped away back toward the site as well. Notaneki will not allow Klax to survive for much longer, though. Recovers it into a 3v3, but great mid-round stuff there from the CT side of 9 Pandas. Seeds is living a charmed life in this round. He avoids that spray through the smoke on short as well. And now they'll execute toward B.
Yeah, try and make this work. Seized inside the smoke. I'm very curious to see how that one goes down. glowiing, is he even going to need him? Oh. The answer might be no, to be honest. And then seized. Haha! It's me! Just bursting out of nowhere to stop the escape. Will be double digits for 9 Pandas and a fair recovery from them.
Dennis the Menace
Oh, nice.
Mr. Seized.
Very nice. I don't usually jump in on a line, but that's very, very nice, Trav.
You know, in that 5 seconds, I had to quickly double-check the HLTV page to make doubly sure his name was Dennis, and I wasn't going crazy.
And it's up there. That's a reference game, because there's going to be some people watching like, who is that? Well, I mean, it also just sounds nice in its own run. To be fair, it doesn't have to be.
It does, but there'll also be some non-knowers about that classic comic book. So, there you go. Nice shots from Glowing. He's up to 19-8 again in this game, quietly working his way up to a 6-score line. Same goes for Clax. He's on 19 himself. 38 of 9 Pandas kills have come from 2 players.
Alrighty. Timeout coming round once again. Spirit Academy, a little spurt of hope towards the tail end of that first half, but not really able to get their feet off the ground here so far in the second. Again, they want to use these rounds. Let's go over something that we've really worked on here. It just doesn't quite seem as cleanly cut as it needs to be right now. Individually, some of the players not looking too bad, you know. So I don't know that that's necessarily the issue for them.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, what can you say about Spirit Academy in this sort of sense? I mean, 9 Pandas were the favourites, heavy favourites coming into this. Spirit Academy came off a long, long series against Havu, which they did really well to win. Of course, these players really have nowhere near the amount of experience that 9 Pandas have. And even though 9 Pandas still feel like a new team, of course, because of their recent qualification to the major, the value of Seized and Glowing, but Glowing is gone this time. Yes, we'll take him out of the round. Now iDISBALANCE will be forced to fall away, but he won't be allowed to with that smoke. magnojez knows what's going on. Kills him through it, and there might be a bit of life in this round for Spirit Academy, unless Seized can do some work from Connector.
Baz creeping around here at party, looking to try and find this trade. He sees Seized. Seized is out of there. I think, however, with a player at party, it kind of confirms the fact that they will be working the A-bomb site. See how this flank looks. You know, if it were a 5-on-3 far away from the bomb sites, usually I'd say to save. And Baz is like, yeah, you should save, mate. To be honest, you should have done. That was a hell of a shot.
Yeah, Clax will feel a bit hard done by on that one. He got the info that someone was dropping down from party. He probably thinks he's got a great chance at maybe a couple of kills on the flank, but gets none. Baz could have a chance for a second too, but Dilladez knows what's up. It's a very slow game, Dilladez. He hasn't really had to do anything, to be honest. Everyone of his other teammates has been putting in the numbers, but he gets the frags when it is necessary. Is Seized looking at something cheeky here? He is, you know, but it's not going to happen because magnojez is still there. Yeah, that's, I think in a month of Sundays that wasn't going to work out. And the AK save will come in. But I appreciate the attempt at 11-5 up when you can buy next round anyway, to be fair.
All right. A low hum filling the air right now of Spirit Academy, whether they can channel this energy and use it effectively. Still a fair way to go. Buyback round for the Pandas. So that is something. A little bit of a flash for the connector control, but no forward-facing positioning here from 9 Pandas. Again, the meta of the map has slowed way down. It was once a very, very aggressive map on this CT side, but it's just all about the setups again.
Yeah, it just feels so hard to clear out these angles when they're already stuck on the site, and that's why quite often defensively from site is the way to go. Even angles like tree on long, right? Feels like it's been made ever so slightly harder to clear out on this new edition of Overpass. I very much like it. It's actually one of my favourite map aesthetically now, but it's a bit slow, of course, like we said. Nice shot, Keegan. He takes down his counterpart, iDISBALANCE. iDISBALANCE had a fantastic first map. I think he had like 100 KST and went 23-6 or something like that. But very slow map 2, and looks like Spirit Academy might make something happen in this round as well. 7 should be about to come through. 9 Pandas are out of there. All 3 to 1 monster looking to save.
Yeah, another round going the way.
This time.
Yeah. It's another round for Spirit Academy, though. Definitely a fan of the way these ones have been looking recently. And the timeout has paid off. You know, they again are looking to just get some tape going, get some decent rounds at this point. Young team, always learning. Not quite believing in the comeback just yet. magnojez goes hunting. Will lose his head for his trouble.
Yeah, they can afford to throw one player in there to look for a hunt on the exit, for sure. With iDISBALANCE, though, on 46.50, and they're having 3 guns in play. You'd think a buy will come through here. Glowiing can just be on a pistol. They are using their third of 3 timeouts to figure it out. Of course, only 3 these days in MR12. Used to have 4. Can't let the brains go to work too much, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true. It is true. All right. What is the response here from 9 Pandas? It looks like they'll play it safe, hold on to the cash, and maybe go for something a bit funky. You got loads of boosts on this map that could work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, three guns is actually, you say, more than enough to make it work, and they know how impactful the AWP can be. It hasn't been so far in this game. I guess that's why they're prioritising the future cash instead. I'm surprised, though. I would have expected a little bit of a force there, knowing you could get 4 rifles up. But the nades are already very difficult for Glowiing. He did sacrifice himself, like I said, to try and boost up one of those guns to look over into short pipe, but nothing doing. The utility does damage and then eventually removes Glowiing himself.
Let's see then. Dilladez close to quite a few here. If he gets good timing, could certainly mix things up a little. Spirit Academy are just playing so slow, not wanting to give themselves away at all. And there it is. As soon as he peeks up, the way that angle works, it's heavily, heavily in favor of the T side. They can see way more of him. iDISBALANCE up close with the 5-7 is the only thing that we worry about a little bit. C's going to go down quickly, and it's actually Klax that comes in from behind. Not quite enough damage from the 9 Pandas. They will be able to buy back into this one, but Spirit hitting a nice few rounds here.
Yeah, that was nice. And honestly, magnojez did a really good job there to get one more kill. I mean, obviously iDISBALANCE was very blind on the corner. If he doesn't find iDISBALANCE and Klax is there to help out with iDISBALANCE still alive, then that could have spiraled a little bit, but no worries. 3 rounds the gap, it really isn't that much at all. They feel like quite a lot on T-side Overpass, but they're fighting well here, Spirit Academy. Fighting well, especially compared to map 1. That's what I wanted to see.
It just rests for such a long time, though. You get that initial utility, and then the map kind of pauses.
It does, doesn't it? It really is the Overpass way these days. Big damage to Klax. magnojez looking like he wants to look around long, but Dilladez has taken Alpha in the meantime, so that was, I believe, toward Monster, as you can see there. Maybe a little bit of an overzealous push from Alpha. Because a little stint on Sprout did Alpha, but it didn't last too long. Spirit Academy trying him out, and hasn't been too bad, but this round is not looking great. iDISBALANCE finally gets an AWP pick. Feels like it's been a while. 5v3.
Oh, iDISBALANCE goes in again. Looking very, very good indeed. Are they even able to trade him? 25 seconds to get this bomb into the site. They've got so much to clear and not a lot of time to do it in. Smoke goes down onto the front end of the site. 2 very clean kills, but it is short-lived. Keegan out with a fake. Trying to draw them into him. Oh, okay. Getting a bit interesting. Or in action. Misses that shot. Just about able to get the plant in, but surely going to get spammed by one of those players. 12-8 landed. The Spirit Academy's run finally comes to an end.
And their run in the upper bracket could be about to come to an end as well. 9 Pandas need just one. It's going to be quite an impressive scoreboard for 9 Pandas once this game is done. I mean, glowiing was 20-6 in map 1. I think he had a 2.34 rating, if I'm not mistaken, which is insane. And he's got 20 kills in this game too. Seas has removed Baz too in that awkward spray through the wood. It never rains, but it pours. Now 4v5, they're going to try and end it on B here, 9 Pandas.
Nice pickup from magnojez on the entry. Clax hidden in on the pillar. Will answer back. There's kills all over. It's just about an advantage here for 9 Pandas. Notineki, I think they're aware of his position here. In comes Keegan with the backstab, but he's short-lived. Notineki alone, can't get it done. 9 Pandas, they will clean things up. A pretty decisive 2-0 there, you have to say, as well from them. A little bit harder on Overpass, which, funnily enough, you know, was their pick. But they start on the T side. I suppose these are arguments to be made. At the end of the day, 9 Pandas looking very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we expected from them.